All right, today we are going to focus on three things to address concerning your CTA or call to action that you should be using in your marketing.
Yes, that's one of your call to action is probably one of the easiest things to overlook. And the reason why is because you're so close to your business, you're so close to your organization that it's just natural for you. You know what you want people to do, and you accidentally automatically assume other people know what you want them to do. But you need to kind of pause and really think about these things. And so, the first thing when it comes to your call to action is, what is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate purpose of the thing that it is that you're doing? What do you want people to do? What is the call to action? Call to action means that what do you want them to do? Do
Yeah.
you want them to buy something? Do you want them to sign up for something? Do you want them to join something, whether it's an email list, a class, a webinar? Do you want them to schedule a meeting with you? What do you want them to do? What is the ultimate call to action? And so you got to think about those things and don't overwhelm people. Too many
Mhm.
options is overwhelming. So, depending on what it is that you're promoting, think about the ultimate goal of that particular promotion. What do you want that person to do?
Yeah. Yeah. And you need to think about what's the immediate next step,
Mm-hmm.
because the ultimate goal may be I want you to purchase this product,
Mm-hmm.
but that might not be the next step. And so
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like? You go from your piece of content, let's say it's an email. Maybe you want to send them an email that then has them download a um, a PDF, which gives them all the pros and cons of whatever you're selling, and then something else might lead them to a webinar or video. But what does that look like? So from that first piece of content, you can't say click here to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say what's my immediate next step that I want them to do.
Mhm. Yeah, that goes back to the whole idea of your reputation and establishing trust, which is all about your brand and your branding, that kind of thing, because you're establishing trust. So you have all of these little incremental steps because you're building trust. So you may have a social media post that says, "Hey, join our mailing list." And then in that mailing list, you're saying, "Hey, check out this free download." And then the next thing is, hey, here's a thing that cost a small amount. And then the next thing is, hey, now you can purchase our services. So you have like this, what we call a funnel that guides people into your ultimate end goal. But you have to build trust along the way and make sure that your messaging and visuals and all of that stuff is in alignment. But step by step, what is it that you want them to do? What is the call to action for this step? And then the call to action for the next step. So, the next thing is, what mechanisms do you have in place to drive people to that goal? So, we just kind of mentioned that. So, when you have your ultimate goal, which is to purchase services, what are the incremental steps along the way? And what platforms are you going to be using to do that? Do they need to visit your website? Um, do you need to send them an email? Do you need to use social media to drive them? What do your print materials say? So you need to think about all of those different mechanisms that you want to put in place to drive people to that ultimate goal. And the more that you use, the better the opportunity, and the more people are made aware of the thing that you want them to do. So think through all of those different platforms and all of those different avenues to broadcast your call to action or promote that call to action. So you got to be very strategic about this. It's not just a haphazard, like, oh, I'm just going to put this there. Like, what's the map? What's the plan to that end goal?
Yep. Yep. 100% agree with all that.
Yeah. So, okay. This is another thing you need to do. How easy is it for your audience to navigate through that call to action? So, this is something that you see a lot on websites where, okay, I want them to um, download a product. How many clicks does it take to download the product? Like, okay, click here to go to this page, and then it's gonna go to this page, and then it's gonna go to that button, and then it's gonna do, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm gone. I gotta go cook dinner. So I don't have
Yeah.
time to click, 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 click. How many clicks does it take to get to the thing that I need you to do? That's the same thing when it comes to having someone contact you. You know how like it's like, well, when are you available? I don't know. When are you available? Well, when are you available? I'm available at this time. Well, I'm not available at that time. It's like
Yeah, it's just
just send a calendar and book the thing, like
yeah,
this is when I'm available. Find a time that matches. Like one click, one calendar click, schedule a meeting, just one click. So think about that. How easy is it for people to do the thing you want them to do? Sign up for a course. What does it take for someone to sign up for a course? How many clicks or how many steps does it take to sign up for a course? If it's exhausting, people will be like, well, if it's this difficult, then the thing that I'm trying to purchase is probably going to be overwhelming and
yeah.
difficult too.
I
So,
had I had a very interesting one yesterday. I wanted to book a meeting with somebody, and they sent me their calendar link. Great. So I go to book the meeting, and it asked me 20 questions, and most of which is not even relevant to our meeting.
hmm
And they were required questions.
oh
I
man.
couldn't skip them. So you know what? No meeting, no meeting. Like I'm done. I'm not answering these questions, even with fake information,
Right.
to get through this form. Like you should be asking as few questions as possible. If all you need is their email, then just ask for their email. Don't
hmm
ask for their first name, last name, middle name, marital status, phone number, email address, last known address 5 years ago, whatever. Just like, don't ask for that. You want it to be as short as possible. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I'm going to eventually have a conversation with this person because I'm just going to send them a direct email. I'm like, you've got to be losing people
Yep.
because your contact form is asking for way too much information.
Yeah, that's so true. And I've seen that for people who want to register for courses and things like that, where it's like, I'm not giving you my entire life story just to register for your course. It's too many questions. Like, make
Yeah.
it simple. People are busy and you're just now starting to establish some kind of trust, but we not on that level yet. So
No.
if you
Like,
want to ask all of that, ask it in person.
yeah.
Ask that in person on a one-on-one call or whatever it is, however the flow is in your business. But on a form, it's ridiculous. Like people are not gonna do it. And the fact that
Mm-mm.
you even made it required, like never mind. Just never
Yeah.
mind. So
Because every piece of information you ask from somebody is invasive.
hmm
Like, okay, you want to know my name. All right. I give you that. You want my email address? Wait a minute.
you gonna spam
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. What? Okay. Hold on now.
Yeah,
I mean, even though hopefully I can unsubscribe easy.
yeah.
And then if it gets to the point where it's like, we need your cell phone number, I'm like, no.
Yeah, yeah. Why? Why do you need to call me? Don't call me. Don't call
I
me.
mean, I do that when I go to the store and they're like, ringing me up at the cash register. What's your email address? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
but we'll send you coupons. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want any coupons. I just want to check out.
It's like, yeah, I'm trying to buy this item. I am not giving you all this information.
Yes, so that's so important. Like just monitor that and really audit yourself, audit your processes. First, see if you even have a call to action in place. How easy is it? Is it buried? It's like, well, don't assume that people are going to take the path that you think they're going to take, particularly on a website. You may have all your call to actions on the contact page. Well, who said they were going to get to the contact page? What
Yeah.
if they never visit your contact page? Is the call to action on your homepage? And who said they were going to get to the bottom of the homepage? Is it at the top? So think about the location of these things. Don't assume that people are going to read your entire website. They're not going to read it. Nobody reads an entire website.
I,
No
I would
one
venture
does
to,
it.
I would venture to say nobody reads any
Right.
website. They skim.
Yep, it's
Um,
true.
and it's there's a lot of data on this, but how they skim, the order
Mhm.
in which they skim,
Yep.
all this kind of stuff. There's data points out there,
Yep.
and of course, when we build websites, we take all that into consideration.
Yep.
But people don't read all the content, and
Nope.
so if your site is just laden with text and content like that,
Yeah.
people aren't going to do it.
They're
You'd be
not.
better off having a few images and 2 or 3 lines. I
Mhm.
mean, and some of these sites, if you look at them, some of the best websites, you scroll the whole page and you're like, there's only like 5 sentences on the whole thing. How
Mhm.
crazy is that?
Yeah.
You couldn't get away with that a decade ago, but now that's just how people are and how they
Yeah.
consume content.
Yep. No one reads. They read headlines and that's it. They just
Yep.
skim. So you got to think about that. So make your call to action punchy, make it available, make it very clear, and make it simple. So the top three things I would say to address concerning your call to action. Number one, you need to establish the ultimate goal, ultimate purpose of what it is that you want to achieve. Number two, you need to address the mechanisms that you have in place to drive people to that call to action. That's your website, social media, print, email marketing, that kind of thing. What platforms?
Mhm.
And number three, how easy is it for your audience to navigate through the call to action? So address those three things and maybe you'll get better results.
Just maybe.
Just
Just
maybe.
All right. Until next time, have a good one.